Listening to this Belly Up Sports Podcast Network product. Some said we go belly up, so we made it our name, and we're still here.
What is up? We are back with the Sunday Funday NFL picks. Week 5 coming at you. Week 4 is pretty good for me. This is a Rook talking. Usually I am with TJ or at least Matt, and neither of them are available tonight. So I am filming solo. I have their picks though. We're ready to move forward into week 5. Oh, it says week 4 on the bottom. Ignore that. We have week 4. We have week 5. But we are doing this. I guess let's get the leaderboard up, right? Last week I had a very good week. I was 4-1. TJ was 3-2. Matt was 3-2. So here are the new standings at the bottom of the screen. For those of you listening to the podcast, on the audio, we have Rook, myself, and first place, 11-8-1. We have TJ in second, 11-9, and Matt at 8-12. So Matt trying to slowly creep back up to get to 500. To get in the running there. Right now, he's in third place. Not a great place to be. But right now, between me and TJ, we're very close, obviously. 11-9, 11-8-1 is that tiebreaker that I have with the Bears. I got them at +3, I believe, instead of +3.5. So, unfortunately, when they lost the game by a field goal, it was a push as opposed to me actually winning. So that's the difference right now between me and TJ. So I'm up like a half point on him, a half game kind of with that tie. But let's get to the picks for week 5. So there was some controversy week 4. I did go 4-1. The guys were upset because of my week for my picks, I was using DraftKings. I didn't realize the lines were that much different between that and FanDuel. They weren't that much different. It's like half point here and there. But basically, I went 4-1 using my DraftKings. I usually like using DraftKings. TJ's a fan of likes using FanDuel, so we use FanDuel because TJ doesn't use two different apps. I use both. I use DraftKings and FanDuel. I like DraftKings better. So that's why they said there was some integrity. I don't think there was. It's not an issue. Win is a win. Picks are still picks. But we tweeted them out last week. We didn't have the video or the audio last week. So this week, we do have the audio for you here, and we also have the live video as well, which will be on at 10:30 and replay again at 11. So that's every Sunday, 10:30 and 11. If we can go live, we'll try to go live on Sundays, but typically we're going to record and then put out pre-recorded video out there at 10:30 and 11 o'clock on Sunday. So get your picks in right before kickoff. We do have a London game this week, so that's why we are filming a little earlier. We're filming Saturday and then put it out. So I guess we'll probably actually release our episode earlier this week because first game's at 9:30 and one of us picked the game. So let's get to the picks. TJ's picks. Number 1, Miami. He's going Miami against the Jets, -3.5. I think it's a pretty solid pick. I mean, the Jets are obviously struggling. Miami, they struggled last week with Tua losing Tua 2 games in a row, obviously with the concussion stuff and the terrible hit he took on Thursday Night Football. That was pretty bad, pretty ugly to watch. Looked like he was getting taken over by Vecna from Stranger Things. So pretty ugly hit. He's getting better, I hope. So wish him well. But that's CJ's first pick. His second pick is Atlanta at +10. He's going against Tom Brady here. We have Falcons versus the Bucks, and TJ is picking Atlanta to take the to cover the 10 points. It's a large spread. Atlanta has been pretty good on against the spread this year. They're faring pretty well, and people did not give Atlanta much hope to perform well this season, but they've been pretty good against the spread, so it's a pretty solid pick for TJ again. He's going to pick Tennessee -1.5 against, I believe it's the Commanders. So they do have the Commanders, and they're favored to win by 1.5. So he's going with Tennessee in that one. And then we have the Chargers here, which I think is a pick that all 3 of us went with. Last time all 3 of us picked one, we were like, this is a lock, and that was the Chiefs against the Colts, and the Colts actually won that game outright. We were all wrong, but I think this is the game we're all on again. I just don't see how the Browns can cover the -1.5. Browns getting +1.5. Chargers again obviously minus 1.5. Sorry, given minus 1.5. So I'm going to go with. I think we're all going to go with this. So TJ, Matt, and me all go with the Chargers minus 1.5. Last pick we have here is Baltimore against the Bengals, and I think we all differ here on this one. But TJ is going to go with Baltimore minus 3.5. So once again, wish TJ was here to defend his picks, but he's not. So I think it's pretty solid. So TJ's picks in the bottom there of the screen: Miami minus 3.5, Atlanta plus 10. Tennessee minus 1.5, Chargers minus 1.5, and then Baltimore minus 3.5. Baltimore's that Sunday night football game against the Bengals. So we'll see how the day goes for TJ, and then what he needs at night. To see whether or not he will pick up the win or pick up a winning record this week. We also, fun fact, we're doing the challenge right now where. I don't know if you guys heard it before, but the one chip challenge, it's the hottest chip ever. It's one chip. TJ picked up a bunch of them, and I don't know why we all agreed to this, but anyone goes 5-0, they get to pick who does the one chip challenge. If you go 0-5, you have to do the one chip challenge, which is apparently TJ did it. It's excruciating. It's not fun. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm just hoping if I could just get one win the rest of the year. And I don't have to do one chip challenge. I'll be pretty happy with that. But that's basically what we decided to. I don't know why. It's just stupid. And then my punishment for using the DraftKings last week was to eat hot jerky. So I'm still waiting TJ to get me over. It's Armageddon beef jerky. It's apparently one of the hottest beef jerkies. And I'm supposed to eat that. That's my punishment for using DraftKings last week. It sucks. But let's get to Matt's picks now. Matt is also rolling with Miami minus 3.5 against the Jets. Obvious pick. I guess they're both banging on the Jets, not being able to play well enough against the Miami Dolphins. I don't know. I feel like Miami's backup. I'm sure they go. I think it's Teddy Bridgewater, if I believe I'm correct. I don't know if he's that serviceable. I know Miami has a good team. I don't know if I trust them enough. I know the Jets are obviously the Jets, but I think Zach Wilson, the Jets have a little pep in their step right now, 2-2. Who's to say that they wouldn't? Yeah, Teddy Bridgewater is the Miami Dolphins backup. So who's to say Zach Wilson can't beat Teddy Bridgewater straight up? Or the defense, the Jets might play a little better against, Teddy Bridgewater as opposed to, Zach Wilson playing against Miami defense. Miami obviously has a good defense, 3-1, the first in the AFC East. But you never know. Things happen. Weird things happen in the NFL. It's just one of those games. I would have stayed away from it, but Matt's going with Pittsburgh plus 14. He's been on Pittsburgh a couple times. I think he went 1-1 with them. He won one, lost one, lost a bad one the second time after he picked Pitt. So see what he's doing. Bills against them. Kenny Pickett's first start. Obviously they already benched. Who is it? Mitch Trubisky. They already benched him, so he's done. Kenny Pickett's first game. Kenny Pickett didn't look too great. He had 3 interceptions in the second half in that game. So we'll see. Rookie start, first time for a rookie starting in the NFL, and I don't know. 14 points is a big spread. I see why he picked it. I was thinking about picking it myself, but I'm gonna stay away from that game. Philadelphia at Arizona. He's gonna go with the minus 5.5. Cardinals are 0-2 at home, which is bodes well for Matt. I think they're 50% this year against the spread, so they're 2-2. It's not overwhelmingly one way or the other if they're a team that covers or not. They are going to comebacks in the second half with Kyler Murray, but I think with this one, the Eagles are playing very well this year with their defense. Their offense is clicking. I probably wouldn't bet on the Cardinals on this one either. I agree with Matt though here, minus 5.5, but we'll see. Then Matt, once again, he's with TJ and me. I'm picking the same game. Chargers minus 1.5. I don't see how the Browns stick with them. I know LA is going into Cleveland, but unless if Herbert's Herbert, I don't see them staying close in this game. So that's that. Detroit plus 3.5, which I love. I love Detroit. I love betting Detroit this year. They have the highest scoring offense and the lowest score. The highest score of points for, and the lowest points against. So I think it's like they have 35 points They average about 35 points per game to score, but then they also average 35 point, like 1 or 0.5 giving up points. So Detroit will give up a bunch of points, but they'll also be able to score a bunch of points. So plus 3.5 against I can't remember their opponent right now off the top of my head. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull up their opponent. Who are they playing? Can't think of it. But me and Matt are both on this game. So it's going to be my first pick. Well, let's just review Matt's pick first while I get talking about Detroit here. Matt's picks: Miami minus 3.5, Pitt plus 14, Philadelphia 5.5. I'm sorry, minus 5.5. The Chargers minus 1.5, and Detroit plus 3.5. And then Detroit is playing the Patriots. Yeah. And they're on the road, but the Patriots are not the Patriots anymore. They're not Tom Brady Patriots. They are still Bill Belichick's Patriots, but Mac Jones is banged up. They had Bailey Zappi come in. I know they tied that game against Green Bay and went to overtime and eventually lost, but I don't trust if Detroit's offense stays the way they're going to be. I just don't see how the New England Patriots offense will stay with them. Obviously we'll see tomorrow, but my first pick, Detroit plus 3.5. I'm big on them. Like I said, the offense is huge in this game. If Detroit's defense shows up in one of these games and shuts down a team, I think New England might be the team that they'd be able to do it against because of Mac Jones' injury and Bailey Zappi if he doesn't even play. I gotta look it up. I don't know who's starting that game, but now we go to London. So London calling here. Let's go. My G-men, I just don't see my Giants sticking with the Green Bay Packers. I'm taking Green Bay Packers -8. I know it's a big spread. Danny Jones is hurt. Tyrod Taylor is out. Their backups could be Davis Webb. I mean, if Daniel Jones gets hurt again in this game, I don't see Davis Webb being able to stick with Aaron Rodgers. Their defense, Giants have banged up a little bit on both sides of the ball. So, I mean, Andrew Thomas is incredible. As a Giants fan, he's a great left tackle. But I just don't think this Giants team has enough to stick with the Packers. So I'm going London early morning, some bangers and mash, some early boozing, couple beers, watching the London game and watching my Giants lose. And I don't think they cover, unfortunately. I think Green Bay beats them. The next game I have is Houston +7. Houston's pretty good. Been pretty good against the spread except last week. They got 3-1 against the spread. I believe they are. Sorry, I think I had Houston +3 in the tie. So I think that was a tie. So Houston might be 2-1-1 against the spread this season, but it's against the Jags, divisional opponent. They're on the road. I trust Davis Mills. I think he's a pretty decent quarterback. I know the Jags are playing really well. They stuck with the Eagles last week. I think that's why this line is so high. I mean, I still think the Jags win the game, but I don't think they cover by a touchdown. So I'm going to go Houston +7. And then once again, the game I keep talking about, Los Angeles Chargers, we're all taking it -1.5. That's probably our best bet right now. We're all picking it. But like I said, last time we all went on the same exact game. We went 0, we obviously went 0-3 because we all had the same pick, but we all lost it and we lost outright. So let's hope it doesn't happen again this time. It goes the other way and we all at least pick up our one win to avoid having to eat the one chip challenge. And then Cincinnati +3.5. Like I said, TJ went with the Ravens -3.5. I'm going with the Bengals. Ravens are actually 3-1 against the spread this year, but they're 0-2 at home. This is a home game for the Ravens. Bengals, I think the Bengals are 2-2 against the spread. So it's not like as much this season to go off because we're only in week 5. But the fact that Ravens are 0-2 at home, I guess they don't play as well, at home as they do on the road. Bengals, I think, are 2-2 as well. So, obviously they're 2-2 as well, but I'm trying to think of whether or not they play well on the road or not. But I'm going to go Bengals. I think it's going to be a close game. Probably either lose by a field goal or win by a field goal. It's going to be a very close game. So I'm going Bengals +3.5 Sunday night. So here are my picks. Hopefully I ride that hot wave that I had last week, that 4-1. So we have Detroit +3.5, Green Bay -8, Houston +7, Chargers -1.5, and Cincinnati +3.5. Right now, I'm in the lead right now by half game over TJ, basically. So I hope I sit the hot hand. Last week I picked my picks really quickly. It worked out, but I don't have too much time thinking about it. I just was sitting on the bed, trying to get my daughter ready to go out. We were going to, I can't remember where, but we were trying to go out. I was trying to get her dressed, and I'm just sitting there typing up, looking up spreads or whatever. I just sent it in, tweeted it out, and ended up going 4-1. Maybe I have to think less when it comes to these things, but only time can tell. Gambling's tough. But we hope to give you guys some winners, hopefully give you some insight into why we're picking them and why you may want to play these picks. So those are our picks again. Hopefully next week, TJ gets me the Armageddon beef jerky. I'll own my punishment. I get it. I used the wrong spreads. It happens. It was only like a half point off for one of them. Wasn't that terrible. And I lost the bet anyway. I took the Lions -3.5 against Seattle, and they lost by 3. So they didn't even win the game. So it wasn't great. So it doesn't really matter, but I'll take my punishment like a man. I'll eat that hot beef jerky, and hopefully next time we're here, I have TJ and Matt on as well, and then I could take my punishment like a champ. And hopefully no one's doing a one-chip challenge next week, because that's going to be pretty bad. All right. Well, thank you once again for checking us out here on Sunday Funday, Week 5 gambling picks. Hopefully you'll stick with me again next week. Hopefully I have TJ and Matt with me. As we keep keep rolling on. I don't know what I just said. As we keep these picks rolling on all season long to lead up to the big punishment, first place gets the bottle paid for by second and third place. Is a third place loser also gets punished. So originally it was supposed to be hot beef jerky from killerjerky.com, but I think they were our sponsor, but they're now gone because I can't find their website anymore. So we're looking for a new sponsor. We're looking to sponsor a gambling TV show. Let us know. We'll hit us up. All right. Thank you once again, guys, for tuning in. We appreciate it. Peace.